What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So yesterday they actually showed another small snippet on the new prestige tickets and the custom mode coming. Now I did want to make a quick video and talk about this for a second because they did show the shop itself and some other things in this said small clip. Now in the previous video I did show how you can have like different configurations on the events, whether using like a hypercar, rally raid, street tier 1 drift, demolition, monster, and so on. So you basically have to use each said class in that said playlist to actually unlock the prestige tickets. Now for this though, there's something in this video I did actually want to show though. So it is showing that yes, you're actually going to be able to get 100 prestige tickets by completing that said event in all the classes one time. So going through all the classes like tier 1 and all those, if you do all of those in that said event once, you will get yourself 100 prestige tickets. The other ones are then going to be unlocked by doing the event like 7, 8, 9, even 10 times. So yeah, it is probably going to be a tad grindy to get it. Now there is one good thing about this though that I did find about it. So we all do know that doing the events like 8 to 10 times is probably going to be a while to get that completed. The good thing though is from the video footage they did show, guys, you will be able to get 100 prestige tickets, basically the amount of events in that. So I'm thinking 7 to 8 maybe per playlist. Keep in mind there is going to be 20 playlists in Motorfest. If you actually did all of those and got the 100 tickets, let's say 7, 800. So let's go do an easy calculation right now, and let's just say every single playlist has 7 to 8 events in it, which I do know some are going to have more, some might even have less, like maybe 6. But let's just say all of them have around 7 to 8 to maybe offset these said races they have in them. That is actually going to be around 15 to 16,000 prestige tickets in your pocket. You might be wondering, well, how does that work though, Block? The reason I'm saying it like this though is if you go through every single playlist in the game, which is going to be 20 of them, use every class that is required on the one for the prestige tickets, you will be able to get yourself some pretty dang easily. So I would say that's a good thing about it. But here though, let me break this down just a little bit more if you might have been wondering how it truly does work. So looking at the video clip in the background is going to be the vintage garage from the video on X. You guys are going to see that there's going to be collect the rewards on the left side with the races. Then you're also going to notice on the top of the classes you have to run. You're going to notice in that video snippet that him completing all of the events one time got him 100 prestige tickets. Now keep in mind that's again a lot of classes though, and the one good thing I have noticed though is you'll have to do all of them one time to get that done. Now one thing I did notice about this, guys, I would say a lot of players might be wondering, is if you're looking at it, some of them are actually going to be blank. Like in that snippet you're going to notice Drift Racing, Hypercar, and Alpha GP for this one event is not going to show up. So that one you only have to do 7 of the events to get the 100 prestige tickets. So I would say doing that, and let's say again there's going to be all 8 events in that, that's 800 prestige tickets. If we actually fast forward the video a little bit to the shop itself, you are going to notice the prices of some of the vehicles are not as much as I thought. Like, yeah, they're not going to be super cheap, but quick example, the Bugatti 6,100, the car after that's 4,750, 4,000 for the other one. You're going to notice some of the other like audio signatures are 1,600, 14 for like one of the underglows, 3,400 for like the Ford on the top there. You have the S2000, that's 4,000, 3,600 for the Jaguar or Jaguar. Bro, it's one of those two, honestly. But either way, though, a lot of players might be looking at this going, wait a second, though, Blocked. So you're telling me there's going to be 20 playlists in the game, and there's going to be a way to get, let's say, 7 to maybe 900, could be 600 tickets in one of the actual playlists, could be over 1,000 because some of the playlists have more events. You're still looking at around 15,000 prestige tickets from that, guys. Now that is actually going to mean, let's say you actually went in and did all 20 playlists in Motorfest and did every single event you had to do with all the required classes. You could actually be sitting there with over 15,000 tickets, head into the store and buy something like the Bugatti Magma Edition for 6,000, buy the Camaro after that for 4,000, buy a few vanity items. You can actually get a lot of stuff though, and most likely get 2 or 3 pretty dope items before you really have to go in and truly grind every single playlist out to most likely get all of the items, or at least have more prestige tickets stocked up. That way you can buy future items when they are added. I wouldn't say it's going to be the worst grind ever. Like, don't get me wrong, 7 to 10, 9 events is definitely going to be a lot for one prestige ticket. But seeing this though, going through every single playlist at least one time though, using all the required classes, getting 100 prestige tickets for each event, I would actually say is going to be a pretty fun experience. Do let me know what you guys think about this in the comments below. What are your thoughts on the new custom mode? And that's the other thing too. You can also go into that said playlist and use your favorite classes only to get a few extra prestige tickets. And then, go back in later on, do like the Monster Alpha GP depending on the playlist. I'm also wondering how that's going to work using Alpha GP vehicle in an off-road playlist, if that's actually a thing. But then again, maybe they will have some of the playlist events in there similar to like the one we saw in the Vintage Garage in the X video, to where some of the classes are not required to do it. That might be a thing, might not be. We are going to have to find out. But again, guys, let me know your thoughts on this in the comments below. I would say the overall design of it is pretty dope. I am interested to see what else they might add into the shop for the prestige stuff. I mean, I do know right now it's apparently only going to be like summit items, old vanities, audio signatures, cars, which is pretty dope. And I do think that's actually a pretty cool design to get everybody into Motorfest. That way people aren't going back into the Crew 2 to do the summits or do the stuff in there. And that way if there actually was a car you never got in the Crew 2, at least you can actually get in Motorfest now, grind out some of the events in the playlist, and then be able to go buy that said vehicle with prestige tickets. I have to admit, it's actually a pretty dope design. Do let me know what you guys think about this again in the comments below. I do have a feeling people are going to be like, man, this is insanely grindy. But you know what? Here's the thing. I have to be honest here. We all have been asking for more content, more things to do with the custom mode. It does actually turn out they did end up doing it, and at least you are going to get rewards. On top of that, you'll make money from the events when you grind them out. So I would say overall, it's probably going to be a pretty cool thing they did end up adding. I'm honestly very interested to see what they do end up adding in the Prestige store, though. Like I would say, is it going to be like a time limit? I think someone said 8 months for a summit reward, which I would say is like a good time to get that. At least you have it, and then 8 months later players can grab it, which I would say is going to be 2 seasons later. And if they do end up following that said design, it's not necessarily going to be a new way to do it. The only reason why I say that is we saw something similar in Apex, to where you'd see something in like the item shop, or it's going to be like a dope event going on. You'd be like, yo, I don't have enough stuff for that, but 2 or 3 seasons later it would be in the store for everybody. So I'm guessing they're probably following something like that in this entire design of the Prestige tickets. But again, guys, let me know your thoughts on the custom mode in the comments below. I feel like it's going to be really fun in some ways, and yeah, it's probably going to be pretty grindy, but at least you can actually do every single playlist at one time with each class in there, do the events in there, and you'll be able to stack some tickets to get some of the items you might have missed in the actual shop.